these are our main ingredient for the Pao Fan. Okay, so let me introduce prawn. You can use any type of prawns. Yeah, and then we also have our lala. Okay, so again, I'm very lazy also. I'm using cooked lala. So this is frozen cooked lala where I buy from the supermarket. And then today we are using some fish slices. Batang fish slices.
Batang fish.
Yeah, you can use other kind of fish. It's also okay. And then we are also using some dry seafood. Okay, this is dried oyster.
Dry oyster.
But this is the small size dried oyster. And then for the scallop also, you don't have to use the big scallop. Just use the small one will do. This whole ingredient, these two ingredients, we're just going to cook it for the broth. Yeah, but if you guys are lazy to cook this broth, you can just use chicken broth. So this is the fried shallot lah. Fried shallot. So I always like to add fried shallot into my soup dish. Yeah, in all my dishes. So I will pre-fry everything in advance. Yeah, so slice it and then pre-fry. Keep the oil, yeah. Keep the oil. The oil you can use it to drizzle on your Pao Fan also.
Oh, okay. Yeah, must taste very nice.
Yeah, and then I also deep fried some silverfish. Yeah, this is also for taste and for the crunchiness. And then some ginger, because we're using some seafood today, so we have some sliced ginger. Your ginger, try to slice it very, very thinly. Yeah, and then again we have some wolfberry. Then some parsley and then some spring onion.
Parsley, spring, okay, can.
Yeah, and then also most important, we must have our rice.
Oh yeah, Seafood Pao Fan with no rice.
And the rice for today I'm using is actually the overnight rice.
Overnight rice. It's like for fried rice like that one. Must put overnight.
It must be overnight rice so that it'll be drier. Because if you're going to cook the rice today, right, and use it for the Pao Fan, it becomes a little bit mushy. So what I did was I just put a little bit of oil and then deep fried my rice.
Oh, deep fry, okay.
Yeah, deep fried my oil. So I'll teach you how to marinate the fish. 花雕酒 again, not sponsored.
Unsponsored, not sponsored.
Depending on how much fish you have lah. So we don't have a lot of fish, so maybe 1.5 tablespoon is enough. Salt. Yeah. So maybe half a teaspoon of salt. And we just use a little bit of sesame oil.
Black or white?
White sesame. Some pepper.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Next, we have to put more some cooking oil. Okay. Like I say, the fish doesn't have much fat here. Okay. So we need to give it a little bit of fat. So by adding some additional cooking oil. Yeah. So 1 tablespoon of cooking oil. So this will make the fish meat a little bit more tender when you cook it later. And of course, we will need some corn flour as well. So corn flour will also make it a little bit smooth for the fish. So it's not so tough at the end of the day. Yeah. And then you let it marinate for at least like 30 minutes. So the mixture should be a little bit like that. Yeah, it's okay because we want the fish, right, to absorb in all this goodness, like all the marinade mixture. So you can put it in the fridge and then marinate it for at least 30 minutes before you cook it. First of all, before you actually cook all the ingredients, right, you have to prepare the broth. Alright, so I have already pre-prepared the broth. Let me get a cloth. Okay. So this is the broth that has been cooking for about 1.5 to 2 hours.
What's inside the broth?
Scallop, the dry scallop, and then the dried oyster. Yeah. And before you add in, make sure you turn up the flame because you want it to be really hot and boiling when you add in your seafood. So put in your prawn. And then
don't go too close.
Yes, later overheat again. Yeah.
Like last week, later overheat.
And then your fish.
Okay.
Yeah, so let them cook a little bit before you add in the rest of the ingredient. Yeah. I think again, I guess my family is a big eater. Yeah. So I think this one can fit more than 2 people lah. I think 3 or 4.
So these 2 people is your family?
My family. My family eats a lot.
Your family version of 2 people.
Yeah. Then we'll add in the clam also.
Okay, clams.
Yeah. And then just let it boil. Yeah. because
at this interval, add in ginger.
Add in ginger, yeah.
But why ginger? Why don't we just put in beforehand together with the scallops and the oyster to cook?
Cannot, because if you are going to put in the ginger, right, to make the broth, right, then your whole broth will taste very strong ginger taste, but then you don't get the seafood taste. I want to cook a little bit on the 枸杞子 to bring out the flavor.
Oh.
Yeah, so I will put in the 枸杞子 also.
Okay. So the timing when you add in all the ingredients will make a difference to the flavor, to the end results.
So that's why even though if you can give somebody a same recipe, but different people when they cook, it comes out to be different, the flavor. Because when we put in the broth and because we don't peel off the head, I want the seafood, the prawn taste so there's this foam. So I will usually remove lah.
Okay.
Yeah. So to make the soup clearer.
It looks nicer also.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So once we add in the rice, right, then we will just off the fire.
Okay.
Yeah. Then the dish is ready liao.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. Then the rest are just toppings that we'll put in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really fast.
Yes. Seafood, you can use a bit of fish sauce.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kuloa is fish sauce.
Yeah. But not too much. Yeah. And then salt.
Kuloa is super salty.
So we don't want, and then maybe a little bit, because I forgot to, I think I used up my shallot oil. So if you don't have shallot oil, you can put a little bit of sesame oil.
Okay, so sesame oil second round.
Yeah, just a little bit.
The first one we really used to marinate the fish.
Correct. Yeah. And then parsley.
Parsley.
Right. And we have some fried silverfish.
Fried silverfish.
Yeah. Use all out. Because quite nice. So that's why we didn't need to add. That's why we didn't add a lot of seasoning. Because the silverfish is already salty.
Okay.
Yeah. And then very important, must have this fried shallot. It will enhance and elevate the whole taste of the whole dish. And then of course our fried rice.
Fried rice.
Yeah, fried rice. As in like crispy fried rice. So rice puff, I call this.
Rice puff. Crispy fried rice.
So
don't need, just pour.
Okay. And then to go with our fish, right? I prepare some fermented soya bean, chili padi, and some ginger slice.
Okay.
Yeah, as a dipping lah for the Pao Fan.
Yay! I try.
So try the broth. The broth is very sweet, right?
Oh, super sweet.
Very natural taste. Again, no MSG. Uncle Roger is not going to approve.
Oh, yeah. Uncle Roger not approve. No MSG. I think that's all for today, guys. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
We'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.